down, inside check, outside check, come here, working every side. What's going on, guys? So I was just about to make a video for a friend of mine just on the heel caulks that I was making in the double caulking for the AFA convention, as he's making the same thing and he's kind of struggling along. Well, I got to thinking and I was like, why don't I just make a whole video of the whole thing? Partly, yes, there's tons of videos out there about making double caulkins. There's tons of videos about making caulks in general, and there's a lot of really good videos. The way I make these, I actually got the idea from Daniel Jones. If you guys have seen him make his heel caulks, you'll catch on to it pretty quick. You know right where it's going. But I figured I'd break it down a little bit, maybe slow it down a touch when we get to the heel caulks in both the way that I build the medial and the lateral heel caulk and how they differ. And just kind of figured that maybe it would help somebody get their caulks in line of travel. That's always been the hard thing for me. So I figured we'd try it and see what we get done. So today we're starting with 13 inches or 13 and a half inches, half by 1. It's a left hind. Left hind. Plain stem, toe clip. Kind of a unique shape. 5.5 wide by 5 3/4 long. So we're gonna put a pretty good bump in the toe, and then we'll crack the toe and we'll get on with making it. But I'll slow down when we get to some spots, mainly the heel caulks, and then we'll just get it made and we'll bring you guys along. So we'll go ahead and get this marked up, get it in the fire. I like to mark it 3/16 of an inch off center, more, you know, with more to the lateral, and mark my lateral and we'll get it in the fire. We're gonna get a good bump in this thing, and as we're bumping it up, we're just gonna try and keep it straight. So I got almost 3/4 of an inch in it right there. I'm gonna go ahead and get it back hot again, quench it down again, put just another good couple licks in there. Usually the second time you take a bump, you get a bunch more in really quick. I don't know why, it just kind of happens that way. So I'll go ahead and I'll just give it a little bit more and get roughly 7/8 to an inch in there. And we'll go ahead and crack the toe, and we'll get the toe set up, kind of coming down and out. Because that's what the specimen does. So we'll get the toe set up and just kind of get it forged up, and that's going to kind of be our next heat. All right, again. One more time. All right, now we'll go ahead and bend that toe. now you can see I've got the toe set up. I've got the lateral toe kind of coming out. The medial is kind of coming down a little bit more, just like the specimen. But now we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stick, for me, I have to build the medial side first. So we'll go ahead and stick the medial in there, get it hot, and we'll come out and build that caulk. Alright, so I'm gonna set my toe, get my toe coming down, start drawing it up, run the branch out. I'm gonna neck that up where my caulkin's gonna be, because we don't want a huge caulk, even though it is pretty big. Now with the foot surface, now we're gonna go and turn it up to the ground surface. Turning it up, get it turned up there. Now I'm gonna set it down, square it up, flatten the front edge. And when I do that, it's gonna make this bow in the front. So I'm gonna grab that, that's gonna kick that to me. I'm gonna get it locked in, come here with it straight. Now I'm going to start canning it in line of travel just a little bit. That right there, I'm going to get her there, not too much. If you're doing too much, it won't stick and it'll be a real pain. Usually it's going to get it leaning, so now you're going to pull it towards your toes and towards the outside to get it from leaning. Then at that point, you can see I already have it started to go in line of travel there. Now, I hit the inside check, pick up and hold it out, hit the outside check. Now, that's going to kind of start it in line of travel already by just twisting it on there. Then you just build the caulk in the shape you want it to. So I'll get it hot. Usually I'll do that in all one heat. So that's kind of the idea behind how Daniel makes his heel caulks. That I've gathered from him. I've spent a little bit of time with him. So it's just kind of get it to lock real quick on the face of the anvil by pulling it towards your toes, square it up, and then go ahead and twist it most of the way in line of travel where you're going to go, and then build the caulk. Instead of shaping the caulk, making the square corner on the back edge, and then twisting it and jacking your shape all up, go ahead and get it turned, then build the shape. So you'll see in this heat, I'm going to kind of move at a faster pace there, just of how I would make it. But that kind of give you an idea of how that caulkin, and the medial caulkin's a little bit narrower. They're both pretty tall, but it's a little bit narrower and a little bit longer of a caulkin versus the lateral, which is a wider, kind of fatter type, shorter length caulkin. So I'll go ahead and do this medial branch, and we'll show you how we do it. All right, start setting it down. Inside check, outside check. Come here. Working every side. Now, I got it in line of travel. I'm going to set it down. And I'm going to work up my branch and then back down my branch. Hammer finish shoe. Start getting my boxing on there. Now, as you can see, I've got a caulking on there, and I've got it kind of turned, but I've got this big old section, so I'm going to grab my section up. When I do, I'm going to come here, start working down, and I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna finish it off to this corner, and I'm gonna preserve that corner. All right, so again, grab it from the toe, go down the branch, get down there, flip it over. Repeat the process. Got our caulking on there. I have my branch coming outward, just slightly. Not really gonna neck it up. I'm gonna hang it over a whole bunch. It's a big old huge caulking. Go ahead and get it started. Go on and travel. And that right there is what I'm talking about. It's usually going to twist. So you have to. Already see it's kind of starting to form. Alright. So keep pushing it down. Come here. Get it true back up. Like building a square corner. Just don't hit the corner. Alright, so now this next heat, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the lateral branch, go ahead and mark my nail hole, my toenails and my lateral nails, and then I'll turn the medial branch after that, and then we'll punch the whole thing. We'll go ahead and get the branch made and kind of get it set up. There, and forgot to turn the camera on when I turn the lateral branch, so you'll have to forgive me. Similar to how I'm turning the medial, but not exactly the same. I really apologize. I kind of screwed that one up just a scotch. So I'm going to check my measurements. Narrow, long by a little bit. It's not a bad place to be in. That means I can check the shoe out here. Go ahead and get the nails cut on in here. There's a brush. Alright guys, so as you can see, so we got made. This is just kind of my interpretation on that shoe right now, how I've been making it. I've made, I don't know, quite a few of them so far, trying to get it sorted out. Minus the shape. The shape's been a little tough for me to sort out. You know, everybody has that thing that kind of gets them. You know, but you know, again, I turned up probably a little bit much for one caulk, not enough for the other. Still trial and error, but you know, I'm kind of hoping that maybe the way that I made that heel caulk, you know, the way that I learned from Daniel, maybe that'll help somebody out there get them turned in line, and you know, hopefully, you know, this will help move you forward. So let me know in the comments what you think. You know, if you think that we're pretty close to what the specimen looks like, if you see something I should do differently, I'm all ears. I'll drop a picture of this specimen coming up right after this on here, and you guys can kind of pick it apart. Tell me what you think. See if maybe you know of a better way that I could do it, or what I need to change. Again, shapes here. I think that's really the biggest thing that's getting me right now. So I'm gonna try and really focus in on that. But so if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and follow along, and let me know what else you'd like to see. Thanks.